Well, welcome to the special city council meeting, Bella Vista, for Tuesday, November the 12th. We'll do the attendance, please.
Okay. Councilmember Lloyd?
Here.
Wozniak?
Here.
Wilms?
Here.
Fowler?
Here.
Burke?
Here.
John Flynn is absent. He's teaching at the university, so.
Great. Just so everybody knows, we have two resolutions that we're going to discuss. Then we'll end the special council and we'll automatically flow straight into the work session. And then we have a number of items there as well. So let's start with the first. There's a resolution approving change order number 1 to a contract with APAC Central Inc. in the amount of $41,275 for additional street construction related to the U.S. left turn lane and additional paving at the Kingsland U.S. traffic signal. So let me explain to you what's happened. As we have talked for quite a few months now, there have been problems with the traffic signal at Kingsland, thanks to all sorts of fiber optics in the ground. Our friends at State actually came up with a solution, which is to move the masts that will hold the lights closer to the highway, so we get out of the easement. However, in doing that, they also said that you basically had to pave what might be considered the shoulder, and then they will dig down, 14 feet, I believe they have to go down there in order to sink the masts, and then a guardrail has to go up to protect the motorists who might hit the mast by mistake, or if they want to try and miss the mast, then we also have to build a flat dirt runoff, I guess basically to the right of the lights. It's a very small job, especially the paving portion of it, and our greatest fear was we wouldn't have anybody bid on it. And so we approached APAC, which is the company that we've hired to put in the left-hand turn lane. On southbound 71, you've probably seen the orange barrels, as Dick Trammell used to call them, all over the place. Since they're going to be here anyway, we went and said, can you do it at the same time that you're here? They said yes. They put the quote together, and that's how we got to where we are now. Luckily, it's been cold. They were supposed to start yesterday on the left turn lane, and as of this morning when I drove by, they hadn't started yet, so I suspect they're waiting for it to warm up a little bit. And it's supposed to be in the 50s, I think, by Thursday or Friday. So we did check with Kerry, and the $41,275 is available in the budget thanks to the savings we've seen on this and other contracts. And so the money is not a problem. Larry raised some points this afternoon, so in front of you is the information that we received from Bill Burnett over at Craft and Tull. Basically the unit prices for some of the items. I think Derek put out an actual, yes, there it is there. Linda has it, that has the unit prices, as well as Bill's note is also in front of you. So having said all that, the urgency is there. We'd like to get this completed. It was supposed to be completed by the end of August. All the residents up in Ward 1 and even into Ward 2 are very anxious to have this done because it is a bad corner. A lot of people have been unfortunately killed there. And with that, I'll open it up to discussion.
Mayor, the resolution mentions the left turn lane.
That's to tie APAC into the work.
That's it. There's no
there's no additional work to be
This is additive to what they were going to do
correct.
already.
But
Paving lane work, additional paving
Go
lane
down the
work.
road and take care of that.
so we want to be completely transparent that it's the same company that's doing the left-hand turn work. Correct.
No, maybe I'm missing it somewhere, but is there like a kind of like not a photo, but there's a aerial view of, a photograph of that interchange that shows a left-hand turn lane, and then you know, kind of what they're gonna do with it. Is there like a aerial photograph that shows
There's a
the,
plan attachment.
I saw that plan attachment, just looked like a bunch of stuff to me. I just wanted to know what it is gonna look like. I've got it visualized in my mind from your description, but I'm still.
Are we talking traffic light or left-hand turn?
Yeah, so you come on the left-hand turn, right? So this is on the right-hand side, southbound?
No, they're both not at the same place.
No.
Okay, so where,
One is Kingsland, the traffic light.
right, I
in
understand
Kingsland,
that, I got that.
And the left-hand turn lane is down near Sarah's Food Trucks, just past.
No, I know that, I'm talking
Okay.
about at Kingsland, I'm sorry.
Oh, Kingsland,
Where,
okay.
where we're putting in this guardrail.
There's no
Right.
left turn lane there.
There is.
Yeah,
Sure
there is.
Well, yeah,
Yes,
but it's
yes.
nothing to do with this.
I'm referring to, so the
The
left.
plan that's in
if
here
you're
is
going
for the
south.
Kingsland
Yes.
intersection.
So they're
That's what I'm
not,
talking
they're not lengthening this one?
No,
Okay.
this
All right.
is simply to show the tie between APAC putting in the left-hand turn lane and APAC doing the paving for the Kingsland area,
Right,
okay?
right,
On Kingsland, there is already a left-hand turn
okay,
southbound. It's always been there,
right,
right? And then as you turn left and the Legion is right there,
right,
there's a mast up there now,
Yep.
and it's facing southbound.
yeah,
There will be two other masts on the west side.
right,
One will stretch across southbound traffic to control it, and another one will be facing Kingsland to control the Kingsland traffic.
right.
So there are three masts, three sets of lights,
Mhm.
okay?
Yeah. But this extra paving that's being done
Right,
on the shoulder,
right.
that's on the west side of the highway.
That's on the west side of the highway.
And it's gonna be behind the traffic light pole that's on that side, is that right? As a
Yes.
safety feature, more or
Yes.
less. That's what I was referring to, I'm looking at this drawing,
It'll be outside the current edge of pavement to give you
Right.
an 8-foot lane in there.
Doug, they did it up on 49 just recently. You know, as you go up the big hill towards Bentonville, and then they put up a new information sign, and they put in the guardrails, and they paved the shoulder first. Have you seen that, or can you picture it? It was the same thing to protect motorists from the mast of the information sign.
Oh, yeah, I just, generally, there's kind of like a drawing so you can see it, an aerial view, and I just want to be sure I had it right in my mind. You have the mast, and then this is literally going to go behind it. Yeah, I know, looks like a bunch of,
A bunch of lines, right?
yeah, exactly. But they do have like an aerial photo of that intersection, and
But they don't
but
superimpose
they
all of that
don't
on.
put it on here so you
Right.
can see like what it's going to look like.
Right.
I mean, I got the concept, I understand, it just is like to have had like that aerial view, it's not important because I know what
Okay.
you're doing, but it's, when you're trying to explain it to people, it's kind of a tough thing to do. Without a photo, just to kind of see what it's gonna look like with the overlay
I
on the
never had
road.
any problems with others, but, okay, I'm sure there are some that would take a picture and say, okay, now I get it.
Well, it appears pretty obvious that it's a necessary thing to meet the state requirements, and so we're caught between a rock and a hard place.
We are.
And I would make a move to approve the change order.
Second.
You got a second? Any further comment?
Yes, sir. If it does, if we approve the resolution, what do you feel like is going to happen timing-wise now? This thing's.
It all depends
dragged
on the
on.
weather.
Okay, so
As long
weather
as it
is the
warms
only
up.
thing standing in the way of completing the project
Mhm.
if we approve this resolution?
That is correct.
Question for you, the change order document that APEC submitted does not include any contract time extension. I'm assuming they've been given a waiver for the delays because of the fiber optic issues.
I don't think so, no, because they put up the other mast, I believe. Is it still by the end of December, Derek? Oh, wait a
I
minute,
did
no.
not.
No, it was to February, if I remember correctly, because of the cold weather.
I'd have to get back to you regarding
Okay.
the timing, I didn't have that.
Okay, once you get back to the office, would you send out a note, please?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Good question. Anybody else?
I did find an aerial, it's kind of zoomed out, but you can see those different directions there. So you look that way, and then look that way.
And we're going to be able to use the
Gotcha.
existing steel mast.
Yes.
Wonderful.
So they put that in the right place then.
Yes. And, okay, so,
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Councilmember Lloyd,
Yes.
Wozniak,
Yes.
Wilms,
Yes.
Fowler,
Yep.
Burke,
Yes.
carried 5-0.
okay, the second is a resolution approving a health insurance and benefit plan for city employees to begin January the 1st, 2020. Again, the sense of urgency here is we didn't get the final numbers from Cigna until just recently. And then we had to look at the plans because we were trying to lessen the impact on the employees as much as possible. And so Glenda was working with our broker and going through all 4 plans, tweaking, got it down to 3 instead of 4. So with no further ado, if I may, I'll pass it over to you.
Okay. I think, does anyone need a copy, or do you all have copies of what was sent out of the documents? Okay. So I'm going to actually start with the second half of that resolution, which addresses the 457 retirement plan change that's being proposed. It's a pretty simple change. Right now, our 457 retirement plan, which is only the employee contribution, it is not the city's contribution. And in regard to that, our plan can allow for someone to take their pre-tax account, whatever they want out of that account, and roll it into a Roth account. A lot of investment advisors are advising people to do that nowadays because so many of us have almost all of our retirement savings in pre-tax 401k funds. At the time you retire, then all of that becomes taxable. So if we make this change, our employees could take money out of the pre-tax, roll it into the after-tax, would have to pay the taxes in the same tax year they make that change on the funds that they roll. It's simply just a matter of allowing people to move those funds around from pre-tax to after-tax account. Most plans do allow for it. It just wasn't written into our original document. Okay?
So is the benefit of that then that you pay that tax as you put it into the Roth, but once it gets into the Roth, from that point forward, none of the earnings on that money is taxable?
Exactly.
Exactly right.
Yeah, and the theory behind that is if all of your money is in pre-tax account, when you have a smaller income after retirement, you're paying federal and state taxes on all that money at that time. So it's really to help anybody who wants to kind of proactively kind of hit that now rather than later is the whole purpose of that.
What is the tax hit on that money transfer? Is it based on the dollar amount? Is it based on their current taxable level?
Yeah.
It's going to be taxable income at
That's
whatever
taxable
the bracket
income.
is.
Whatever your current bracket is.
You report it along with your earnings as
Yeah.
income for that year?
Yeah, you would
They'll
get a
technically jump it.
1099, like other income, and then would owe the taxes to the federal and state on that.
But it also helps when you get to required minimum distributions, when you get to 70 and
Mhm.
because Ross doesn't have to
Saves
count
you from
towards
that.
those.
You're almost there, Steve, right?
Required minimum, huh? I'm worried about required minimum, I gotta draw it out.
Just worried about the minimum, right?
Sorry, Glenda, carry on.
No, that's all I had on that one.
Okay.
Any other questions on that? And then, as Peter said, we got our renewal rates fairly late this year. We were looking at wonderful claims history until July and August hit. We had some pretty high dollar claims, which impacted the total VAT increase that the plans would have. So what we did is we worked with the broker, they worked with Cigna, and we got the increase down from somewhere in the teens down to approximately 8.6% increase for the city.
Of which,
Overall, 4% is a tax that is coming back. Last year, there was no tax for fully insured plan for the Affordable Care Act to help fund those uninsured. That tax was gone last year. It came back for 2020, so they had to build that 4% back into our plan dollars as far as the total that we would have to pay for a plan this year. And then the other thing that we're doing is decreasing the number of plan options from 4 down to 3. It's a little overwhelming for employees to have to look at all of that when you don't deal with it every single day of your life and try to figure out which plan is going to be best each year. So we've gotten down to 3 different plans with 3 different deductibles, one of which is a high deductible health plan with a health savings account. I don't know if anybody has any specific questions or any other information you want about that. And as Peter said, part of the reason we're asking for this special meeting at this time is because we got rates back late. And the other part of it is our contract will automatically renew on December 2nd. If we don't make a decision, it's a 30 days out renewal. And we would not be able to have that decision made before automatic renewal if we waited until the December meeting to approve this.
Well, the health savings account, is that one that's in concert with what the federal government allows, or is this a different kind of plan?
Health savings account is something that is allowed by the government only for high deductible health plans.
Okay.
Yeah.
We've had it in
Is
place
there
now,
a-
Larry, for about 4 years. We've had it in place for about 4 years now.
So the theory is that you can place money in that health savings account to offset the increased expense you're going to have because of high deductible or more out of pocket. So then you can pre-tax those dollars as well, and you can roll them over year to year, and they're kind of a piggy bank for medical expenses should it come forward.
Is there an age limit that this stops, that an employee is not eligible for that money?
No, actually, the beautiful thing about the health savings account is if you don't ever have to draw that money for medical expenses now, I don't remember which age, I think it says age 65, you can actually use it to start paying for premiums for Medicare supplements and things like that.
Is there an age limit in terms of enrollment or participation?
I think so.
I think it's 65. Or I don't know.
We didn't find
If
out.
you reach 65, you're not eligible.
Well, I'm going to be 68 tomorrow, and
No, I
I
don't-
If you're still employed.
I think as long as you're employed.
Yeah, as long as you're under.
People can set up their own individual health savings accounts as well outside of a group plan. Maybe that's,
Several years ago, I encountered the situation where if you were over 65, you could not participate in the HSA.
okay, well,
So I want to verify
We better
that
check.
that's the case,
I'm pretty sure it's,
whether you're full-time employed or not. So just a question.
okay. I will certainly ask.
So it's just a 1.3% increase for the employees and then 8.6 for the city.
yes,
It's a total of $72,000
yes,
to the
because,
city.
yes, because we made a conscious decision to absorb some of
Yeah.
that increase for them.
How much does the city pay in total? What's the total
Oh,
bill?
gosh. Terry, you got any idea?
It's on that
It
page.
should be in the
The
budget.
total, yeah, I haven't looked through the budget yet, I just
No,
saw
I
that
mean,
today.
I think it's on that page you're looking at.
Oh, is it?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's the
No, they
additional
didn't
cost.
have that
I think
piece
he's
that you
asking.
have.
The
total
additional is
second.
72,000, I just wonder what the total cost is.
Yeah, I didn't summarize health insurance.
What are our monthly checks we send into,
They're close to 100,000.
close to 100,000?
That
Mine.
includes,
Right, but they
but
can-
that includes the employees withholding and the employers. Yeah.
Summary they did.
Our employer annual now will be $912. Employee annual is $290,000.
And these numbers are making assumptions, obviously, because we never know who's going to enroll in which plan. And each of the plans is a little different employer cost to it. And so, excuse me, until open enrollment's over, we don't have exactly what that's going to land at. It will also, when people choose a high deductible plan, we also contribute towards an HSA account for people. So if a lot of people move over from a regular PPO plan to the high deductible health plan, we may have more match there too, that there's just no way to estimate who's going to do that. So.
I looked at some of the deductibles and the out-of-pocket maximums. Not unlike my own health insurance seems to go up every year, and I get a little worse in the out-of-pocket and the deductibles. And how does this compare? First of all, last year, did we have an increase at the end of the year that had to be approved?
Here, I'm not sure.
I think it was flat, I think it was flat last year. And in fact, we got a pretty sizable rebate because of the Obamacare overpayment, just here last week. A couple hundred, few $100.
Yeah, I've got to go through.
But I assume our healthcare plans that we're offering to city staff are comparable to other cities.
Yes.
This is,
Yeah, we did, we get a survey from the municipal league that gives us a lot of that information every year, and we're right in the ballpark. There are some cities contributing more, but towards the employee portion, that, in order to do that, that would increase our budget.
Many of them have increases in the teens. And we were able to get it down.
percentage-wise.
But you're right, it always seems to go up.
Doesn't go down, does it?
No, it just goes flat.
No, I'll take flat.
And then there are no changes to vision or to dental.
All of the other plans are going to be offered as they exist. The only other thing that we are going to do is offer another level of long-term disability insurance, or short-term disability insurance, excuse me, where there's a shorter elimination period before it would begin to pay. But that is something the city doesn't pay for, the employee pays for the full cost of that benefit.
Pretty typical though.
Okay, and I'm just for clarification, so the buy-up, and I'm just going to use the employee only for, it's $484.73 a month for the employee only to get a $1,500 individual deductible. And the new base, if you pay $421.51, your individual deductible is $3,500, right?
That's the, yeah, and that's the full cost of the benefit, actually. That's 100% of the premium.
Okay.
Okay, so is that per month then?
Yes, that's a monthly 100% cost for the plan.
And what else?
Thank you for working so hard to get it down.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Any further discussion before we vote? Wayne?
All right. Councilmember Burke,
Yes.
Fowler,
Yes.
Helms,
Yes.
Wozniak,
Yes.
Lloyd,
Yes.
carried 5-0.
Thank you. Okay, now we'll roll over.
We need to adjourn them.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Motion to adjourn.
Yeah, we'll
Well,
adjourn
you don't
this.
have to motion, but
And then we'll,
make sure
we're
we're on the
adjourned.
page.
We'll move into the next one.